If you've been feeling lost and off and a little bit crazy lately, it's okay. Not only is it okay, it's to be expected. It's a part of the process, and I'm here to tell you a little bit more about what I'm discovering about this process because I'm in it too. I'm going through it too. You know, every day is a different day. Some days we get to feel this beautiful sense of being held by the divine and being in our purpose and being in this state. I call it the space of ease and flow where fear does not exist because it really doesn't feel like we are afraid of anything because we just know everything is working out, not just for us, but also through us. I feel like there are those of us on the planet that are very instrumental right now, and the healing for the planet is being done. The healing for humanity is being done through us. And this isn't a simple task, let me tell you. But really, when you sit with this, what could be more important than knowing that you are very instrumental in allowing the divine to use you in order to heal humanity? And we are all going to have a different role. We're all going to have a different role, but it's all also going to be very similar because it's all going to be based in love. But what is happening is we are now experiencing this pull. It's like yesterday I made a video and I was talking about we've got one foot on the dock, which is the things that we know, the things that are comfortable, the things that are that we can logically see and understand. And then we've got one foot in the boat, which we don't fucking know where this boat is going and where it's supposed to go, but we know it's going to be magical. We know it's going to be beautiful. We know it's going to be powerful, but we're kind of in this space where it's like, well, what the fuck do I do now? I love my life. I love I love my life. I love having certainty. I don't like the unknown. We don't like the unknown. Our subconscious mind does not like the unknown. It likes to know where it's going. It loves to know the next step and the next step and the next step. It loves goals. It loves vision boards. It loves dreams. It loves those things. And those things are not bad. But there's a point in life where we move beyond the goals and the dreams and the visions, and we step into the whatever the fuck is meant for me is where I want to go because I want that life. I want that life. Even though we don't have a fucking clue what that life is, that's where we are now. And it's not an easy place to be, like I said. It is not an easy place to be. And what I feel is happening is we are in this place where we're being called to really, really focus in on the moment and what is happening and have less of a have less leeway. You know, I heard this sermon years ago from Pastor Michael Todd, and I've always really loved it. And he was talking about the 1 degree and being off 1 degree. You know, we can be like, yeah, I'm going to keep doing this and I'm going to keep this in my life. And, you know, I'm going to ignore this. Like, these are things that we can do, and it's not going to hurt us if we keep, you know, eating certain foods or doing certain things or ignoring feelings or ignoring, you know, the divine voices that are coming through us, or ignoring our divine purpose, or, you know, keeping relationships that are based on comfort and you know, being with people that are toxic and not necessarily kind to us, but keeping them because it feels comfortable. Like I said, there's so many things that we can do, and again, not going to kill us, but what it's going to do is it's going to throw us off course. And when you think about this, like Michael Todd said, when you're trying to, you know, set your, what the fuck is it called, the GPS or the compass, if you're going to go out on a boat, let's say, and you're going to go out 20 feet into the water, and you set your GPS or compass. I don't even know how this fucking works, but if you set it for a certain location and you're off 1% or 1 degree, not a big deal if you're going out 20 feet, because you're going to be maybe a couple feet off of your mark, right? But if you're going out a kilometer or a mile or whatever it is you use to track your distance, 1 degree is going to put you really fucking far away from your target. And the interesting part about this is those of us that are working for the divine don't even know what our target is. But it's going to put us that far away from the divine target. And I don't know about you, but we've come to this point now. We've done the work. We've done the work for so many years. We've gone through so many challenges. And now it's time to be like, yeah, I am not going to even be a degree off, because I don't want to miss my fucking mark by that much. I really want to tune into and experience and reach what my divine purpose is. So, as we're doing this, we're going to start to feel some really fucking intense emotional pulls. I didn't say that properly. Really intense emotional pulls. And that's okay. That's okay, because what we're doing now is we are breaking the addictions to our old habit patterns, our old ways of thinking, our old wants, our old needs, whatever it is. We're breaking free from that, and we are forming new habits and new ways of thinking, new ways of living. And when we're doing that, it's painful. Like it's like trying to rip Velcro apart. Yesterday I was talking about when you're sewing and you make a seam and it's the wrong seam and you're trying to rip it apart and it's all messy. That's how life feels right now. And so I'm here to encourage you every day and really talk about this, because the emotions are big. They're big, and they flood us like a fucking tidal wave. Like today I just had these huge emotions, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because there's nothing going wrong in my life right now. Really exciting things are happening in my life, but I'm feeling flooded with sadness. And so I just lay down in bed and I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to cry this out. And I cried, and there was no reason for me to be crying, but I was just crying. And, through these last few years, I've been teaching about put your hand on your heart, feel your emotions, notice your thoughts. And I was just crying it out. And what I recognized is what I've been working on with my own system of healing. It's called Align Healing and Wellness. But I've set up this chart, and what I'm charting are the emotions and how they work through our chakras and different parts of our lives, and how our emotions work together, but also a practical action to be able to move through our emotions and what to connect with, and like what divine guide to connect with to work through these emotions. And when I looked at my chart today, I was like, oh, interesting. Sadness moves us into joy. If you feel the sadness, you will move into joy. And the practical actions in order to do that are to rest and to play, because the divine connection when we're dealing with sadness is to connect with the inner child, which is, according to what I'm seeing, is our connection to the base chakra. It is the base foundation to love our inner child, to have a connection to self. And so if you are feeling those waves of sadness today, rest. And then when you feel like it, play. But hold your heart, connect to the inner child, and just really nurture and love that part of you. And I'm just going to keep talking about this because what I'm seeing is I'm being used. My life is being used to be able to help you through what you're going through because we're all in this together.